First, am I all good? Get started. Great. Okay, let's get started in child's pose, please. So come onto your hands and knees. Relax your hips down towards your ankles. Release your forehead to the mat. And just start to unwind. Right away in this practice, you have options. You can have your knees out wide, giving your belly some room to grow, or knees close together, creating a shelf for your low back. You can have your hands long behind you, palms face up, or long in front of you, palms face down. You can even take a slight bend at your elbows to get more of your forearm on the mat. Release some of that tension in your shoulders. And just start to feel everything that you brought with you on the mat today. Start to bring your attention to your breath. Feel the weight of your day melt off of your spine and onto the mat. This child's pose is available for you throughout class. So if things ever get too spicy, know that you're welcome to come back here. Throughout class, you might wobble, you might shake, you might fall, you might sweat, but yoga is about so much more than that. It's also about self-care, self-love, and self-acceptance. And sometimes the best way to love yourself is to give yourself a break. So if you ever get disconnected from your mind, your body, or your breath, just come back to child's pose or resting pose and reconnect with your mind and your breath. Throughout quarantine, I've been coming to these Yoga to the People classes, and I keep telling myself this phrase over and over again. And it's that yoga might not make everything better, but it can make right now okay. So throughout class, I want you to know that you're loved, you're accepted, you are cared for, you are safe on the space of this mat. For the next 60 minutes, all you need to do is do you. Work hard when you can, take breaks whenever you need to, breathe hard, breathe with intention. Let's take a collective breath to start. Exhale, get empty. Inhale deep through your nose, feel your belly rise. Exhale, HA. That's what we call a vibrational breath. Sometimes it's a ha, sometimes it's a sometimes it's a flutter of the lips. Know that you don't need my cue to take those. These vibrations are soothing for the body. They can help you balance deeper. They can help you balance. They can help you sit deeper in the poses. And no one else can hear you, so why not give it a try? Let's do one more. Exhale, get empty. Inhale deep through your nose. Feel the air swirl through your lungs. Exhale, HM. If your hands aren't already there, begin to spider crawl them towards the front of the mat. So much so that your wrists and forearms just begin to hover off the top of the ground. Sort of like you're creating a little fortress for your cupcakes. Tint up on your fingertips. Press into each finger bud, sending little lights of energy down your spine. Maybe sway your forehead side to side. Start to notice the texture of the mat. Then slowly tuck your toes under, lift your hips high. Come into your first downward facing dog with class. So play around with it. You can pivot out your knees, one leg and then the other. Maybe take yoga hops. Just let it be messy for a little bit, because we're gonna clean it up together. So glide your shoulders over your wrists, stack your shoulders over your wrists, and stack your heels over your toes. Lift through your hips for upper push-up plank. This is about the length of your down dog. From here, lift your hips, keep your hands and feet where they are, and come into this upside down V-shaped position. Take a peek at your feet, see that they're about head width distance apart. Imagine that you could wear your feet as little earmuffs. Take a big bend at your knees to lift higher through your hips so that you can elongate through your spine. Press evenly through both hands. See if you can get as much of your palm on the mat as you possibly can. Hands at shoulder width distance apart. Exhale, get empty. Inhale, a nourishing breath in. Exhale, HA. Inhale to lift your right leg up halfway. Go for length here rather than spine. Imagine that you could balance a coffee cup on your right kneecap. From here, inhale your right leg up towards the top. And once you get to the top, bend at your right knee. Stack right hip on top of left for a three-legged dog. From here, you can yawn it open. Maybe take circles with your right knee, your right ankle. Really feel for an expansion in your upper body. Press evenly through both hands so that you're not dumping the weight into one shoulder or the other. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, release right foot down to meet left. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Go for length rather than height. If you can't see your toes, you've gone too far. Feel for two hips in one line. From here, inhale, left leg up towards the top. And once you get there, stack your hips, open up through your left side body. Option to flip your dog. Option to take some circles with knees and ankles. Option to move in a way that's totally unique to you. From here, inhale, left foot up and back. Exhale, release left foot down, next to right, down dog. Exhale, get empty. And on your inhale, take about a dozen baby steps towards the top of the mat. You don't need to measure it. 12 is an arbitrary number. Just take your time getting there. Once you get there, measure out your feet about hips width distance apart. That's 2 fists in between your hands if you want to measure. Then from here, just hang heavy. Let gravity do the work. You can start to sway your weight side front to back, toes to heel, heel to toes. Gaze down towards the mat. Release all of the tension in your shoulders and neck. On your next inhale, lift your back halfway. Use your palms against thighs or shins as leverage to pull length out of your spine for half lift. Back flat, gaze down, chin away from chest. Inhale, push away, elongate through your spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. On your next inhale, take a slight bend in your knees, reach your hands forward and all the way up. Come into your first mountain pose of class. So root low in your heels, engage your quads by lifting your kneecaps up. Slightly tuck your tailbone in, hold navel into spine. Relax your shoulders down your back and breathe. We stand on our own feet all day, every day, yet somehow with just a little bit more mindfulness, this can feel totally different. I invite you to close your eyes. This practice is so much more of a feels like than it looks like. Inhale, look up towards the sky, go up, maybe a little bit back. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. On your next inhale, like a wave, lift your hands, lift your chest, mountain. From here, maybe spiral your pinkies inward. Feel for your shoulders melting down your spine. Inhale, look up, maybe back. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Once you get there, keep going. One breath, one movement. Inhale, rise into mountain. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Take that 2 or 3 more times on your own. We'll meet back in forward fold. Looks great, Courtney. Liz Johnson, hey, you look great. We'll meet in forward fold. Let this next one be your last one. From here, inhale, half lift, back flat, gaze down. Palms find thighs or shins, chin away. Inhale, push. Exhale, release. Place 2 palms on the mat. Step your feet back and pause in your upper push-up plank. If this feels a lot right now on a Tuesday afternoon, or not really sure what time it is where you are, we got people from Bali here, no worries, you can take a knee, you can take one knee, you can take both knees, because we're gonna hold this up for just a minute here. So really push away from the mat so that you're not drooping in your upper body. Lift through your hips so that your hips are in line with your shoulders, and push out of your big toes so that your heels are stacked directly above them. Inhale to push away from the mat. Exhale, lower halfway down, keeping elbows close to your sides. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet. 4 points of contact, 2 hands, 2 feet. Scoop your chest forward for up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips high. Down dog. And down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, sweetly sweep it through in between your hands. Dial your left heel down into the mat. And on your next inhale, lift your chest up, warrior 1. So point your back toe towards the front left corner of the mat, sort of at a 45-degree angle. Feel for squaring your hips off towards the front of the room, and sit low in your lunge so that right knee stacks over right ankle. This is what you got on the lower body, mountain pose on your upper body. Relax your shoulders down your spine. Maybe go for more of a field goal arms than straight up. Really try to create distance between your shoulders and your ears here. Inhale, look up, maybe go a little bit back. Exhale, place 2 palms on the mat. Step your right foot back and travel through your flow. Upper push-up plank to lower. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, down dog. From down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. If it doesn't make it there, no worries. You can always scooch it forward. Dial right heel down into the mat. Inhale up, warrior 1, left side. So feel for squaring your hips off towards the front of the room. Stay low in your lunge. Try bringing your belly button a little bit closer to your spine. Relax shoulders down the length of your back. Option to spiral your pinkies inward. Option to close your eyes. There's so much to feel in this class and not all that much to see. We're all just looking at computer screens. Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, spill forward, place 2 palms on the mat. Step your left foot back and travel through your flow. When you get to down dog, keep moving. Warrior 1 on your right side, warrior 1 on your left side. Every inhale you move, every exhale you move again. Take this as an opportunity to design this practice in a way that works for you. There's really no such thing as being the best yogi in this virtual Zoom yoga room, or whatever you want to call it, is the person that gets the best night's sleep tonight. So find a way to move and breathe in a way that only you can. Once you've gone through warrior 1 on your right side and warrior 1 on your left side, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. If you're already there, you can pedal out your feet, keep it active. If you're in down dog, empty out all of your air with an SH. Inhale, deep and full, feel your belly expand. Exhale, HA. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Release left heel down into the mat. Inhale, rise for warrior 1. And on your exhale, peel open warrior 2. Option to take a longer stance here. You can also pivot your left foot out so that the short edge of your foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Sit low in your lunge so that right knee stacks over right ankle. Reach long from fingertip to fingertip. Gaze over right middle fingers. Warrior Two is one of our most expansive poses of this class to really take up space. This class, this practice is yours, so really own it in this pose. Reach long from fingertip to fingertip so that shoulders stack directly over hips. For me, it's moving my left shoulder a little bit back. Inhale to reach long, expand through your chest. Exhale, cartwheel, 2 hands to the mat. Step your right foot back and rinse it out with the flow. From down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Release right heel to the mat. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. So stay low on your lunge. Option to widen your stance. Right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Double check your right hand. Notice if it drooped off to the side or it's not where you think it is. You want it in one line, right fingertip, right shoulder, left fingertips. Warrior two is one of those poses that I love about Yoga to the People, because this practice has no reservations, no wait lists, no signups, no payments, no formal structure, no waiting in line. It's just you and your body loved and accepted exactly the way it is. So really take up space in this pose and really make it your own. Inhale, reach long from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale, cartwheel, 2 hands to the mat. Step your left foot back and travel through your flow. When you get to down dog, keep moving. Warrior one on your right side, warrior one and warrior two on your right side, warrior one and warrior two on your left side. Every inhale you move, every exhale you move again. See if you can use the cues of your breath to move your body rather than the cues of my voice. And maybe your one breath, one movement looks a whole lot like child's pose. That's all good. It's your practice. Design it in a way that works well for you. Looks so good, Sarah. Crushing it, Kirby. Y'all look so good, y'all. Once you've gone through warrior one and warrior two on your right side and your left, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. If you're flowing, keep flowing. You're exactly where you need to be. If you're in down dog, empty out your lungs with an SH. Inhale, deep and full through your nose. Exhale, side out. Take a bend at your feet and hop, step, or walk towards the front edge of your mat. For me today, it's looking a whole lot like a walk. And that's cool. From here, measure out your feet, hips width distance apart, hang heavy, maybe bend one knee and then the other. Option to interlace your hands at the nape of your neck. But if you're doing this, just use it as a way for gravity to have a little bit more weight to play with rather than pulling on your neck. From here, inhale, halfway lift, back flat, chin down. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. On your next inhale, sit your hips low, reach your hands high, chair pose. So take a peek at your feet. If you can't see them, try sending your knees and hips back in space. Sit low, but tuck your tailbone inward to engage your belly and support your low back. Try bringing your shoulders a little bit down your back so there's some distance between ears and shoulder blades. And really, it's your chair. It can be a high chair, a low chair, a stool, a throne, whatever you want to imagine it to be. Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Shake that one out, maybe flutter the lips. And on your next inhale, sit your hips low, reach hands high, chair pose, second set. So maybe you have some muscle memory and you go right back where you left off. Maybe you're taking this as an opportunity to give yourself a break. Just see if you can make some decisions that will help you be more proud of who you are. Sometimes I feel most proud when I give myself a break. Sit low, reach high, exhale, spill forward, forward fold. All right, this next one's our third and final chair pose. So notice how that information changes what you expect. On your next inhale, sit hips low, reach hands high. Third and final chair pose. And this one's a bit of a choose your own adventure. Courtney looks amazing. I'm gonna count down from 10. And by the time I get to 0, I hope you've achieved your goal, whatever that goal is, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let everything go. Maybe flutter the lips, sway side to side. It's over. It's not happening anymore. So notice if you're still thinking about it. From here, inhale, half lift, back flat, palms find thighs or shins. Just avoid your kneecaps. Gaze down. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Place 2 palms on the mat and rinse it out with the flow. From down dog, exhale all of your air out, get empty. Inhale, deep and full through your nose. Exhale, HA. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Release left heel into the mat. Inhale, rise for warrior 1. Exhale, open, warrior 2. You've been here before, but I'll say it again. Really take up space in this pose. Reach long from fingertip to fingertip so that shoulders stack over your hips. Flip your right palm towards the sky. Inhale, serve the platter forward. Exhale, right palm towards the sky. Left hand finds your left thigh for reverse warrior. So reverse warrior is more of a right side lengthener than a left side cruncher. So if you're feeling any crunching in your left side, try reaching a little bit more up rather than back. A little more Hamilton, a little less Black Swan. Stay low in your lunge, right knee stacks over right ankle. Inhale to bend deeper. Exhale, cartwheel 2 hands to the mat. Step your right foot back and travel through your flow. From down dog, keep moving. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Release right heel to the mat. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, explode open, warrior 2. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, rainbow left hand towards the sky, reverse warrior. So you can use your right palm on right thigh or right shin, which is not great for my body, but might be great for yours. If you have your right palm to the inside of your left thigh, it's because it's on the inside of your left thigh and opening up through your hips. Really fan your left ribcage open here. Inhale, reach up, maybe go back. Exhale, cartwheel 2 hands to the mat. Step your left foot back and travel through your flow. When you get to down dog, keep moving. Warrior 1, warrior 2 in reverse on your right side. Warrior 1, warrior 2 in reverse on your left side. Every inhale, you move. Every exhale, you move again. Looks great, Eric. Looks great, Audrey. Looks great, Haven. We're seeing some really great choices here. These one breath, one movements are your opportunity to really design this practice to make it yours. There's really no right or wrong way to experience this. It's you, your body, your life, your experience. So make it feel good. This yoga class might not make everything better, but it can make right now okay. If you're flowing, keep flowing. You're exactly where you need to be. If you're in down dog, empty your lungs with an SH. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, HA. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Pause, tint up on your fingertips here. Release left heel into the mat. Feel for squaring your hips off towards the front of the room, whatever the front of the room looks like for you. And on your next inhale, sweep your palms back by hips, power lunge. So lift your chest halfway. Feel for a line of energy from left heel through the crown of your head. Hands are kind of like awkward airplane arms. Stay low in your lunge. Maybe bring your fingers together to touch. Interlace behind your back. Inhale, imagine that you're punching the mat behind you. Maybe lift through your chin to open through your throat chakra. And exhale with control, release biceps by ears, arms frame the face, extended power lunge. From here, exhale, side out. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, expand, warrior two. So pretty familiar, we've been here a few times, but maybe it feels a whole lot different today or right now than it did earlier. It's because of you and your hard work. Inhale, reach through right hand. Exhale, place right palm on the inside of your right foot. If it doesn't make it there, no worries. Rest your right forearm on top of right thigh. Feel for left fingertips at 12 o'clock, right shoulder at 6 for a side angle. Maybe your right palm's on the mat and you're using your forearm against your knee to fan open through your chest. Maybe your forearm's on top of right thigh. But if it's here, really lift your chest so you're not dumping the weight into your right leg. Inhale, reach left arm forward towards the front of the room, extended side angle. Feel for one line from left heel through left hip out the fingertips. And if you want a little bit of a core strengthener, core challenge, inhale, right arm up to meet left, core strengthener. Imagine that you're diving for a giant beach ball catch. Every inhale, left shoulder back, right shoulder forward so you don't get your face all sandy. Inhale, reach, expand. Exhale, left palm to the mat, right hand towards the sky, revolve side angle. If your back heel popped off the mat here, try taking a shorter and wider stance to get both heels on the ground. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place the right hand in between your left hand and right foot. If you're reading the story of your body, it's left hand, right foot. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, snake your right arm underneath right thigh like you're wearing your right leg as a backpack strap. Ankle bind. Option to take your left knee to the mat here. If you want to focus more on the twist than on the balance, really lift your hips so that your tailbone's the tallest point of your body. Every inhale, get 1 inch of shoulder off the mat. Every exhale, fold deeper. Slowly start to unravel. This time, rest your right forearm on top of right thigh, left hand towards the sky, back to side angle. From here, bend at your left elbow, disappear your left hand behind your body, the backside of left hand towards the inside of right thigh for half bind. And if your body's begging you to bend deeper or twist deeper, option to go for the full bind by snaking right hand underneath right thigh, grabbing at a t-shirt, shorts, or going for the full grip. Inhale to expand your chest towards the left side of the room. Exhale, unravel. Place 2 palms on the mat. Step your right foot back and travel through your flow. From down dog, exhale, SH. Inhale, a nourishing breath in. Exhale, let out the old energy. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Pause, tint up on your fingertips. Release right heel to the mat. Feel for squaring your hips off towards the front of the room. Maybe even take a wider stance with your feet here. From here, inhale, palms back by hips. Lift your chest halfway, power lunge. Stay low in your lunge, left knee stacks over left ankle. Maybe slowly start to go for an interlace at your pinkies or for the full grip behind you. Maybe even try doing an opposite grip than you did on the other side. Inhale to expand through your collarbone. Exhale without slingshotting, biceps frame the ears, extended power lunge. Imagine that you're holding a little baby Simba for the world to see. Wear it with pride. Inhale, hands up for warrior one. Exhale, peel open, warrior two. Inhale, reach through your left hand. Exhale, release left palm towards the mat, right hand towards the sky, side angle, left side. Again, option to release your left forearm on top of right thigh, right fingertips at 12, left shoulder at 6. Feel for your chest opening towards the right side of the room. Maybe gaze towards right fingertips. Inhale, right arm forward towards the front of the room. And if you want that core strengthener, inhale, left arm up to meet your right core strengthener. Every inhale, right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Inhale, reach, expand. Exhale, right palm to the mat, left hand towards the sky, revolve side angle. Remember to try to get both feet on the mat here. Option to take a shorter stance, option to take a wider stance, option to take your right knee to the mat. Gaze to left fingertips. Inhale, expand through your chest. Exhale, place left palm to the inside of your left foot. This time the story reads left foot, left hand, right hand. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, snake your left arm underneath left thigh for ankle bind. So it's a lot like standing on your own 2 feet. We do it all day. Yet somehow this is really hard. So be patient, give yourself a break. Maybe take your right knee to the mat if you need it. You're working hard. Inhale, let's get 1 more inch of shoulder underneath thigh. Exhale, slowly start to unravel. Rest your left arm on top of your left thigh, right hand towards the sky, side angle. And then from here, bend at your right elbow, disappear your right hand behind your back, right fingertips towards your left thigh. Option to stay here for half bind. Option to send your left arm underneath left thigh for a full bind. Imagine that you're opening your chest up towards the right side of the room, and you could give someone a little wave or a little smile, and they're standing across the room from you. Inhale, expand through your chest. Exhale, unravel, place both palms on the mat, step your left foot back, and rinse it out with the flow. Woo, spicy, I promise. From here, exhale, get empty, SH. Inhale, deep breath in through your lungs. Exhale, HA. Glance towards the front of the mat, bend your knees, and hop, step, or walk into your forward fold. From here, hang heavy, moment of rest. Maybe sway your knees and your hips. Sway side to side. From here, inhale, half lift, reset your spine, back flat, gaze down, chin away from chest. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Slowly toe heel your feet together to touch, creating one strong tree trunk of a leg beneath you. Big toes touch, heels maybe just an inch apart. On your next inhale, sit your hips low, clap your hands high, thunderbolt. Sit low in your thunderbolt. If you can't see your toes, send your knees and hips back in space. Keep your elbows straight here. And if you can't keep them straight, try pointing a little bit more down rather than up. That'll feel really good on your shoulders. You don't want to scrunch up in your ears. Inhale, sit low, reach long. Exhale, release, spill forward. On your next inhale, sit your hips low, clap your hands high, thunderbolt second set. This time, drag your hands to heart center. Inhale to puff up through your chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook left elbow on top of right thigh as you open your chest up towards the right side of the room. Double check your knees here. If your knees aren't in line, your hips aren't in line, and your hips are stealing the twist from your spine. So try sending your left knee back in space so they're in line. Palms against each other as leverage to open your chest up towards the right side of the room. Option to fly away, option to bind. Slowly, with control, come back to center. Inhale up, stand all the way up for mountain. Shake it out at your fingertips. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. But if we do it on the right, we gotta do it on the left. So on your next inhale, sit your hips low, clap your hands high. Third and final thunderbolt. From here, drag your hands to heart center. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, twist to the left. Hook right elbow on top of left thigh. Ooh, my back popped. And use your palms against each other as leverage to twist open towards the left side of the room. And this time I can actually wave and say hi like we did on the other side. So use your palms against each other's leverage to fan open. Option to fly away, option to bind. Sit low in your lunge. Hips in line with knees, hips lower than heart, heart lower than head. Slowly, with control, come back to center. Inhale, stand all the way up, rinse it out with the mountain. Exhale, spill forward, forward fold. It's not happening anymore, so notice if you're still thinking about it. Inhale, half lift, back flat, gaze down. Exhale, two palms on the mat, step your feet back, and rinse it out with a flow. From down dog, get empty, SH. Inhale, a fresh breath in to get you through the rest of class. Exhale, HM. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step right foot in between your hands. Pause, keep your left heel lifted this time. And inhale, rise, crescent lunge, right side. So push away from your left toe so that your left heel stacks directly above it. Sit low in your front knee, so right knee stacks over right ankle. And mountain pose through your upper body. From here, maybe spiral your pinkies inward, more of a flagpole than straight up. Maybe even bring your elbows down in line with your shoulders to open up through your chest. Yeah, that feels great. Inhale up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, twist to the right, hook left elbow on top of right thigh. Option to bring left knee to the mat here. So use your palms against each other as leverage to expand open through your chest. Option to fly away. Option to bind. Option to move in a way that feels truly authentic to you. This yoga is not happening to you, it's happening from you. So really honor your body. Inhale, expand through your chest. Exhale, strong moment with control, come back to center. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, two palms on the mat. Step your right foot back and rinse it out with the flow. From down dog, inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. Keep right heel lifted off the mat. Inhale, up, crescent lunge. From here, option to mess around with your shoulders and arms in a way that feels good to you. I like to go for the cactus. Elbows in line with shoulders. Open up through your chin. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring them together to touch. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to right thigh. Option to bring right knee to the mat. Option to change your stance. Just because you had a wide stance or narrow stance before doesn't mean you can't change it. If balance is a challenge here, take a wider stance. Use your palms against each other as leverage to expand. Option to fly away, option to bind. Looks so good, Courtney. Looks so good, Ilaria. Looks so good, Sarah. Strong movement. Inhale, come up to center. Maybe go up a little bit back. Exhale, release 2 palms to the mat. Step your left foot back and travel through your flow. From down dog, get empty. So just slow it down. Inhale deep through your nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Once you get to the top, bend at your right knee, stack your hips. You're here at the beginning of class and notice how different it feels. That added sweat, that added heat, that added flexibility is because of you and your hard work. Inhale, right foot towards the sky. Exhale, send your right knee to the outside of right wrist, setting up for half pigeon on your right side. So you can bring your right heel closer to your hips for less intensity or closer to your hands for more intensity. Double check your left foot. See that your left leg is in line behind you. If this doesn't feel sustainable in your right knee or right hip, flip onto your back and I'll show you a different pose. If this feels good where you are, stay here. If you want more, option to walk your hands forward and release your forehead to the mat. If you're on your back, I'll show you how to do a figure 4. So just lay on your back, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh, thread your right hand through the gap in between your legs, interlace your fingers at your left shin or left thigh. Same pose, just less gravity. We did a whole lot really fast. So it's okay if your mind didn't slow down as quickly as your body did. See if you can redirect your attention to your breath instead of to the thoughts that are passing by. Maybe count 4 in, 4 out, 5 in, 5 out. Slowly begin to place one palm onto the mat and then the other. Peel your upper body off the ground, tuck your back toes under, lift your chest, take your right leg out from underneath you, and travel through a flow. When you get to down dog, inhale, left leg up towards the sky. On your exhale, bend at left knee, stack left hip on top of right, yawn it open, 3-legged dog. And on your own pace, come into half pigeon left side. Swing your left knee to the outside of left wrist. Find a place that feels sustainable to you. Really feel for 2 hips in line so that you're not dumping all of the weight into one leg and then the other. And if you're feeling any pinching or any sensations, even if you didn't have that on the other side, you're always welcome to come on your back and do a figure 4. I was taking this Yoga to the People class the other day, and the teacher said something that I just really love, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. She said, in life, stuff happens. Well, she didn't use stuff, but you can imagine what word I used, or she used. In life, stuff happens, and you get to decide what parts you love and what parts you hate. And you also get to decide what parts you hold on to and what parts you let go of. Sometimes it feels like the hard stuff is like that weird thing of mustard that we keep in our refrigerator for years. And the good stuff's like fresh fruit, it just expires too quickly. So I invite you to think of just one really, really happy, lovely memory, maybe something you're grateful for. And imagine that you're gonna print that memory out and place it on a magnet on top of your refrigerator. Exhale, get empty. Inhale a fresh breath of love and gratitude and acceptance into your left hip. Exhale, side out, H-A, ha, pin it to the fridge. Slowly place one palm into the mat and then the other. Peel your upper body off the ground. Tuck your left toes and travel through one final farewell flow of class. From down dog, exhale, empty. Inhale, a fresh breath in. Exhale, HM. Slowly glide your shoulders over your wrists, upper push-up plank, and on your own honest count of 5, whatever 5 means to you, lower all the way down into the mat. When you get there, reach your fingertips long in front of you like you're gonna karate chop the ground. Chin on the mat. Exhale, get empty. Inhale, lift through your hips, lift through your hands, lift through your toes for superhuman. Imagine that you're flying through Bali or Brooklyn or the Bronx or San Francisco, wherever you are today. And we're all meeting to this. We're all gonna meet in this social distance safe place where all is well and happy. Inhale, reach up, go up. Exhale, release. Place the left cheek on the mat, look towards the right. Send your palms back by hips, palms face up. Notice if you can feel your heart beating against the mat. It's the little things like this that show us that we're alive. Start to introduce some subtle movements. Maybe wiggle your hips side to side. Then slowly bring your chin into the mat. Reach your palms long in front of you, pinky edges into the ground, toes touch. If this isn't calling to you, option to flip onto the other side and just put your right cheek on the mat. Inhale, reach your hands up, reach your toes up, superhuman. Every inhale, get 1 inch of your body off the ground. Every exhale, get a little bit longer. I'm having a hard time demoing this because I gotta talk. Inhale, reach up, fly long. Exhale, right cheek to the mat. Hands by your sides. Hang heavy. Notice how if you just slow your inhales, slow your exhales, you can slow down the beating of your heart. There's so much in life, especially right now, that's just so out of our control. But one thing that you can control is your breath. And if you can control your breath, you can control your heart rate. And if you can control your heart rate, you might be able to control a lot more things than you initially thought. Slowly bend at your knees, bring your heels over your knees, windshield wiper your feet side to side. That'll feel really good on your low back, especially if you've been sitting in a chair all day. Then slowly peel your upper body off the ground, come into a kneeling position at the center of your mat. Measure your knees out about hips width distance apart. You can take your hands to your hips and just draw a line straight down. Then bring your palms to the back side of your low back. I guess that's the only side of your low back. pinky edges touch like you're gonna put your hands in some high-waisted jean pockets. Inhale, lift your chin up towards the sky for camel. And straight up, is straight up good enough for me? If it's straight up good enough for you. But if your body's inviting you to bend deeper in your back, push through your hands to keep your hips over your knees and slowly trace the ceiling back 1 foot at a time. If you can see where the ground and the floor meet, option to grab a hold of your ankles and pull from them to open up through your chest. Looks so good, Courtney. Looks so good, Liz. Slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, come back to the top. Head and neck come last. When you get there, sit your hips down towards your ankles for hero's pose. If this feels no bueno on your knees or ankles, option to sit cross-legged, because we're gonna hold it for just a quick second here. We're gonna do a mini meditation. I invite you to put your hands on your body in a way that feels meaningful to you. Close your eyes. And think of someone that could really use a breath right now. And know that you are not selfish if that person is you. Exhale, get empty. Inhale, deep and full through your nose. Feel your belly expand. Send them some love, H-A. Flutter your eyes open. Kick your feet towards the front of the mat. I told you it was a short meditation. Scoop the fleshy parts of your rear end out from underneath you. My friend Ryan, who's in the class, calls them the decorative bits. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, release hands towards your toes, seated forward fold. If your hands don't make it to your toes, no worries. You can also grab onto your ankles, your thighs. You can even bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Give yourself a great big hug. In a world with limited physical touching, that hug might feel so good right now. If you have your hands on your toes, imagine with every inhale, you're bringing your chest closer to your feet. And every exhale, fold deeper. And slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, roll back to seated. Maybe trace your legs with your fingertips. Once you get to the top, bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Scoop onto the fleshy parts of your thighs. Tilt slightly back into a boat pose. From here, bring your hands out wide. You can also extend your legs forward for full boat, which is obviously not happening for me today, but that's okay. Inhale, bring your hands together. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Separate your hands, bring your knees to chest, chest to knees. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover. Inhale, knees to chest to knees. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover. Inhale, knees to chest to knees. Exhale, lower, lengthen, hover. At the bottom, pause, scissor kick your feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a great big hug right now. And sway side to side. Give yourself a little donation-based massage. Then slowly bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Grab for the pinky edges of your feet. Like you're gonna open up your feet to read a story and your pinky toes are the binding of the book. See here if you can get as much of your spine on the mat as possible. Maybe slightly tuck your chin inward to get more of your neck on the mat. Then slowly grab onto one foot and then the other. Keep one leg long. Kick the other, happy baby. You can make some baby noises here. Maybe ha, maybe hmm. I just became an uncle. My nephew was born on Thursday. And let me tell you, he makes some weird noises. So really make some weird noises. Flutter the lips. Stick out your tongue. Let's do one of those together. Exhale, get empty. Inhale, scrunch up through your face, get tight. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Slowly kick your feet towards the front of the mat. If Savasana is calling to you, go straight there. If you want to walk through a quick inversion, somersault your feet up towards the sky. Catch your low back with your palms. Feel for your toes on the ceiling. Toes, knees, hips, shoulders in line. Keep your neck on straight here. So if you've never done this pose, maybe just watch this one at first, because I don't want you to turn your neck to look at the computer. Slowly from here, you can send your toes back behind you for a shoulder stand or for a plow. Option to bend your knees, bring your knees to the outside of your ears for deaf yogi. And on the next 3 to 5 breaths, meet us back in final Savasana. In Savasana, let your toes hang out wide. You can have the backs of your hands on the ground, palms face up, or one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And just close your eyes. Imagine that you're buried just 1 foot underneath the sand, the ground beneath you lifting you up, the ground above you snuggling you in close. It's a floating and sinking sensation all at the same time. I'll end class with just a few announcements. Yoga to the People is a donation-based studio. It always has been, it always will be. No one will ever be turned away for lack of funds. I think that really makes Yoga to the People such a special place. There's nothing else like it. You can show up, no reservations, no wait lists, no signups, no fees, no proper clothing, and just be loved and accepted exactly the way you are. You don't even have to tell anyone you're coming. And with Zoom yoga, you can come and go whenever you want. We have classes, I think 4 or 5 times a day, every day. This practice is always available for you, no matter what your circumstances are. If this practice feels like more than just an exercise, I invite you to consider thinking about doing the teacher training. I recently did the teacher training, and I have to say, it truly, truly changed my life. For a long time, I struggled with accepting myself for who I was. And it wasn't until yoga teacher training that I realized that the only person that never really loved and accepted me exactly the way I was me. So whether you want to be a teacher, whether you want to just deepen your practice, or whether you just want to learn more about yourself, I highly encourage you to think about doing the yoga teacher training. There's more info on the website. We're also giving away a scholarship. So if you would like a scholarship or you're thinking about doing it, stick after class and I'll give you some instructions on how to apply. It involves doing some Instagram posting. And lastly, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking time to take care of yourself. If everyone would just spend one of the 24 hours of their day taking care of themselves, this world would be such a better place. So thank you for doing your part. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Today's quote is from Valerie Burton. She says, "If strong means taking care of everyone else to the detriment of yourself, if strong means pretending everything is okay when clearly you're hurting, if strong means keeping it moving after you've suffered disappointment, then strong becomes weak. Strong is good, but resilience is better. But resilience can sometimes look messy. It may look as if you're down for the count, but as long as you eventually get up, you are resilient. You have permission then to be human, to grieve, to rest, to cry, and to feel what you feel. Learning to face your fears by being vulnerable is the first step. One last time as a class, empty out your lungs, SH. Inhale, feel your belly rise off the mat. Exhale, HA. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I'm going to paste the link for the donations in the chat box. If you have any questions about Yoga to the People or the teacher training or the scholarship, feel free to stick around and ask me questions. You're also welcome to unmute yourself and say hey. My name is Garrett. Thank you so much.